Hi, in this segment we'll be looking at learning HTML syntaxes. So we'll be learning HTML5 syntaxes. So the first thing we are going to do is we'll start with HTML. HTML is always the starting point. Then the next thing I need to do is to close that HTML. You close it. So the next thing I need to do is to have head. Then I will close the head. So inside the head I will have the title of my page. This is my web page. Title. So don't forget that a web page is a multimedia document that can contain text, that can contain images, that can contain audio, that can contain what? Video documents also. So I'm going to call it introduction. Then I need to close this title. Alright, let's explain these syntaxes. HTML syntaxes are called tags. So these are called HTML tags. We have what we call the opening and closing HTML tags. We have opening and closing HTML tags. So now you can see that in this HTML we don't have this forward slash. So this forward slash closes this HTML document. So this HTML is the opening tag and this is the closing tag. So this is the opening tag, this is the closing tag for title. This is opening tag and this is the closing tag for what? For the head. So but don't forget that it's not all HTML tags that will always have closing tags. So some tags are self-closing. I will be looking at most of them along the line. So now the next thing I need to do after closing the head is my body. So the body is where all the content you see on a particular web page reside, like the text, the audio, the video, the images. So as you can see, I'm trying to close the body again, so I have it closed. So now I can start writing my HTML tags here. Nothing is inside the body, so the body is not going to do anything. So if I type welcome inside the body, as you can see, if I type you are welcome here, so I need to just open my document, that's intro.html. I have it opened. All I need to do is come here and refresh. So you can see I'm having you are welcome. So what I just did is to type my text directly inside the body, but I may need to put it inside some other HTML elements. So I may have something like probably h2, which means header. Then I'll close the h2. So that h2 is called header 2. So I will now come. You can see it's now very bold. So that is h2. Now the h2, which is h or h2 to h1 to h6 means the header of your web page. So now if let's look at how all of them appears I copy that and I will change this place to 1 and change this place to 1. So I paste again, I change this place to 3. Alright. So alright, to the last one, which is A6. So I have it to the last one. So I can now save and view my document. You can see, so the biggest one there is H1. So you can see you are welcome. That is H6. So that is how to work with your H1. Now the next thing is body background color. There's what is called the attribute in HTML. So every HTML element, you know, HTML itself is an element which is the starting point for every web page. The head is also an element, the title is an element, the body is also an element, the H1 is also an element, the H2 is an element on its own. Now some HTML element may actually have attributes. So one of the attributes of the body is that it can have a background. Another attribute is that it may have a background image. So now I want to put a background color, which is BG. I'll put body, then inside that place space, BG color, then equals blue. So if I save it, the background will change to blue because by default it is always white. So you can see I've changed the background of the page to blue now. So I want to change it back to probably gray. So instead of mentioning using the name of the color like blue, red, you can use what is called hexadecimal code. So take for instance, the hexadecimal code of white is FFFFFF. So if I save it again, you can see I have 6 F's there. It will change to white. That is for white. So I can have CC00 CC, and I save it. There is another hexadecimal color, and you see that. So if I change this to 000, that is purely black, hexadecimal for black. If I change this to CCCCCC, that will be gray. Alright, so that is gray. That is what is called the hexadecimal color. So the next thing we need to do is look at how to embed paragraphs into our page. We say P, we use the P, then we close P. So we can say this is the first paragraph. So this is the first paragraph. Save it. Then see the result here. That is a paragraph. If you want to embed the second paragraph, it follows. This is the second. Unlike that paragraph. So a paragraph is a blocking element in that it will not allow other things to stay in front of it. So also the header element. So now you'll be learning more about paragraph, a blocking element. So now let's look at how to format the content of our page. Take for instance, if I want to put all these header, I want to put them to the center of the page. I'll just use the center tag. Then I have to come here down, then and close it. Then I will save it. So you can see I have everything centralized. So that is the center tag. I have everything centralized. So I have everything centralized.